Hello guys, buongiorno and welcome back to another video. I received some requests about making a video with regards to verbs. So of course verbs in Italian are many and the tenses are many as well, but we will start with the most simple, which is the Italian indicative present tense, and later on we will continue doing all other tenses. Verbs are so important because without them we cannot actually make a sentence, a full sentence, and it is one of the first things I usually teach. In Italian, verbs change according to the subject. They change according to the type of group they belong to. So for example, indicative verbs, subjunctive verbs, conditional verbs. And they change according to the tense, which can be present, past, future, etc. All these three together form the so-called conjugation. Verbs can be simple or compound. They are usually compound when they need an auxiliary verb, so either avere or essere, but we will see them in a future video when we will talk about the simple past. In Italian, verbs are usually divided into three categories. So the are group, the ere group, and the ire group. So when I say are, ere, ire, I'm referring to the endings of the verbs at their infinitive form. Let's see some examples. Are group is mangiare. You see that it ends with are. Or the second group, the ere group, an example is leggere. You see that it ends with ere. And finally, the third group is partire. You see that it ends with ire. Let's begin with the first group, the are group. It is very simple to conjugate a regular verb because all you have to do is remove the ending, so the are at the end, and you need to add the new endings. So let's make one example now and let's do a full conjugation. For the example, we will use the verb cantare, which means to sing. So first thing, let's remove the ending are, so we are left with cant, and then we add the endings. So let's conjugate it all together. Io canto, tu canti, lui, lei canta, noi cantiamo, voi cantate, loro cantano. It is very easy to conjugate these verbs. All regular verbs will follow the same exact rules, so you can do this with many other verbs like parlare or mangiare. So let's make a few sentences. Io mangio la mela. I eat the apple. Tu parli italiano. You speak Italian. Lei canta una canzone. She sings a song. Noi guidiamo la macchina. We drive the car. Voi usate il telefono. You use the phone. They travel every summer. Loro viaggiano ogni estate. This is it for regular verbs, but there is only one exception, and when I'm talking about this exception, I'm talking about these verbs that end with care and with GARE. So with these verbs, for example, pagare, what we do is we add an extra H to the tu form and to the noi form. Let me make an example. Io pago, tu paghi, lui paga, noi paghiamo, voi pagate, loro pagano. As you can see, we added an H between the G and the I. So in this case, you have to remember that you always have to add the H in the noi and the tu forms. The same thing applies for the care verbs, for example, cercare. Alright, on to the second group, the ere verbs. This is the easiest one because it has no exceptions. All you have to do is remembering the endings. Let's take one verb in the ere form, which is leggere. The same thing that we did with the other verbs, we will do it with the ere. So first thing, we remove the ending. Leggere, we are left with leg, and then we add the new ending. Io leggo, tu leggi, lui, lei legge, noi leggiamo, voi leggete, loro leggono. And let's make a few examples with different ere verbs. First one, io conosco Martina. That translates into I know Martina. And then, tu leggi un libro. You read a book. Lei scrive una lettera. She writes a letter. Noi prendiamo il treno. We take the train. Voi vincete sempre. You always win. Loro non perdono mai. They never lose. So these are all verbs that end with ere. Vincere, perdere, conoscere, etc. And they simply follow the same conjugation. The best thing is that there are no exceptions in this group, so this is all you have to learn. While the ere group was the easiest one, unfortunately the ire group is the most difficult one. I tell you this because the ire group is formed by two subgroups, two conjugations, and we have to learn both of them because some verbs belong to the first one and some other verbs belong to the second one. The reasoning behind the conjugation is pretty much the same. We have to remove the ending from the infinitive verb and add the new endings. So let's conjugate one verb together. We take the verb partire. Partire means to leave. We remove the ending, so ire, we remove it, and we are left with parte. Let's conjugate it. Io parto, tu parti, lei parte, noi partiamo, voi partite, loro partono. And let's make the full conjugation with other ire verbs that behave the same way. Parto adesso. I leave now. Tu fuggi ogni estate. You escape every summer. Lui offre il suo aiuto. He offers his help. Noi scopriamo tante cose. We discover many things. Voi aprite la porta. You open the door. Loro sentono un rumore. They hear a noise. So all these verbs follow the same conjugation. For example, coprire, servire, offrire, and many others will follow this conjugation. However, some other verbs will follow the second subgroup conjugation of the ire verb. As for the other groups, the same thing that we do is removing the ending first. So let's take capire, to understand. We remove ire and we are left with cap. So what we do is we add the new endings. Io capisco, tu capisci, lui capisce, noi capiamo, voi capite, loro capiscono. As you can see, the noi and the voi is the same for the first subgroup and the second subgroup. Let's make the whole conjugation with different ire verbs that belong to this group. Io finisco la cena. I finish dinner. Tu chiarisci il concetto. You clarify the concept. Lui colpisce la palla. He eats the ball. Noi preferiamo la pizza. We prefer pizza. Voi spedite la lettera. You send the letter. Loro puliscono la camera. They clean the room. Unfortunately, there is no rule to understand which verb belongs to which group. All you have to do is practice, and you should take a dictionary or look online, and you will find a good list of the verbs that belong to the first subgroup and the verbs that belong to the second subgroup. But in general, the second subgroup that we saw is slightly more common when it comes to regular verbs. Okay, so this is it for the conjugations of the regular verbs. That's all you need to know. Keep in mind that in Italian, sometimes you can omit the subject because the conjugation already tells you who is the subject performing the action. If I say, for example, mangio la mela, I can already understand from the sentence that the subject is myself. Or parli l'inglese, I can already understand that the subject is you. However, in some other situation, when we have to mention the name of other people, it's always better to place the subject, so the name of the person, or lei or lui. So if you are in doubt, just remember to always place the subject and you will be absolutely fine. Alright guys, this is it for today's video. We covered the regular verbs. And of course, as you probably know, in Italian there are also many irregular verbs, but when it comes to irregular verbs, they have to be learned by heart. So you have to memorize their conjugation one by one. But you will learn them along the way. I really hope this video was helpful for you and that it will help you in understanding better the regular verbs. If you have any questions, please just ask me and I will be happy to answer. That's it for today and I will see you on the next video. A presto!